Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Claire. I'm so glad you're here. So I've been having this lamp at home and it's really old, so I just want to do an upgrade on it and remove some parts that I really don't want and just make it look better. So just keep watching. I removed the bulbs first and then unscrewed everything apart. And then I also unscrewed the base and also all the joints in the middle. And then I unscrewed all the cables from the lamp holder, so I'm able to separate everything. I marked these cables to know where each was to make it easy as I reassemble them. There are 4 cables because the other was for the second lamp. So now I'm able to remove this section of the lamp and I won't be putting it back as I reassemble. So these are the separate pieces that I have right now. I covered the middle part of the lamp holder with tape and I'll be taking them outside and spray painting them using this metallic silver spray paint. After the paint drying, I also added the spray Modpodge to seal the paint so it doesn't come off and also to make it shiny. I'll put those pieces aside and then I'll be using this art foam paper that I ordered online, and I'll link that in the description box below if you want to get it. So I'll be cutting these pieces one by one to dimension. So the first pieces that I cut were 21.5 centimeters. And then I'll be cutting out this shape. I'm basically making flower petals out of this foam using scissors. At first I cut the petals with wave on the top, but then I noticed it doesn't really matter, so even just making it round on the top is just fine. And then I used a heat gun to make folds on these petals just to make them a little bit more real. I have to say also a hairdryer can work because these were a little bit thin, but if your foam is thick then you need really a heat gun. I'm really glad you've joined me today. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that you're updated every time that I upload. Thank you guys. And then I also cut out smaller petals and I basically did the same procedure as before. The next step was for me to attach the petals around the lampshade, and I started with the smaller petals. I have to say, if you want this to be a little bit smaller, just use smaller dimensions for your petals, but I wanted mine so big, so that's why I used bigger dimensions. Or you can totally just leave it as it was without adding any more modifications to it. The second round of the petals will go in the middle of the 2 sections of the smaller ones. The flower turned out so big, but that's what I wanted. And then I'll also be making some leaves to cover up the lower part. So I used the excess foam from the sheets that I had already cut, and then I just made a leaf out of them. I also attached them using hot glue to cover up all the lines. Now that the lampshade is done, I'll be working on the rest of the lamp. So I got these ornaments online. They were really discounted because, you know, festive season is over. So I picked 3 packets of these. So the thing is, I'll be using a soldering gun to make holes, same radius as the poles of the lamp. So I first traced out the circle using the poles to give me a guide for the circle to cut. Now this pen is really hot, so you have to be careful not to burn yourself, and please wear a mask because the fumes are really not nice. So I made a hole on the upper part as well as on the bottom part of this ball, so that's where the poles will be passing. This funnel piece had some damages, so I'll be covering it with these gems that I picked from Walmart. The gems really help to cover up the imperfections in the funnel, and I think it looks much better now. I'm also going to be using these napkin rings that I picked from Party City. To reassemble this lamp, I'm going to start from the base, and then I put the cable in. And then I screwed the middle parts as well together. And remember, I'm getting rid of the second lamp, so I won't reassemble that back. So after all the metal bars were in, I started putting my ornaments. So I'll start with the napkin ring. Then I put the glassy ornament next. The rings will be in the middle of the ornaments, and then I'll be alternating the ornaments. So this is how the arrangement is going to look like for all the balls, and I'll be arranging them all the way to the upper side. So the upper part had a little space left and couldn't fit for a ball, so I'll be using 3 napkin rings that I glued together, and then I'll glue them onto the ornament. Now I did not bother to glue all these ornaments together because they were really firm, and when I put the funnel back, it was really okay. And then I glued back the cables onto the lamp holder. Finally, I attached back the new lampshade that I had made. The last step was for me to put back the bulb, so it's really important for you to mark these cables. It will be much easier as you're reassembling. This is definitely one of my favorite pieces right now in my home. It looks so much better than what it was before, and I'm so glad I was able to modify it and just make it look so glamorous like this. I'd definitely love to hear from you how you'd modify this and make it your own. Just please put that in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel because that really helps me a lot. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.